Dear students, good morning to all of you. Today I am going to discuss with you a very interesting topic, communitarian perspective of politics. First, we have to understand when did, who was the scholar who used this communitarianism for the first time. I think it was the John Goodwin, the British Chartist movement leader, who actually used this word, communitarian word, in 1841, and this was a remarkable development. And then later on, this communitarian movement actually arose in 1980s, and there were a number of scholars before going to in a detailed discussion. Before I have to discuss what is community and what is communitarianism. First, I am going to talk about what is community. Community actually is a group of people who share common traditions, common interests, and moral values. Who have actually developed through the common history. It doesn't matter they are located in one place or they are located in different places. For example, the I can give you the example of Jews here. For example, they were scattered in many parts of the world, but still they were having a common history, a common culture, and therefore they believed that we are one people, we are one community. So then we have to see what is actually the communitarianism. And the communitarianism, let me just tell you, is a socio-political ideology, socio-political philosophy, and it is concerned with community, and it is as it values the common good of the society over the individual, individualism, individual needs, and the individual rights of the individual. So it gives more focus to the community. It gives more focus to actually it focuses more on society, and it propagates that society is more important, community is more important, family is more important, and the state is more important. We can't be only thinking about the individual and the individual rights. So I think therefore the communitarianism makes a great sense for all of us, who want to understand the trajectory and the philosophy of communitarian ideas. Let's go to who are actually the exponents and the philosophers who and thinkers who advocated the philosophy and the ideas of communitarianism, and that is going to be a very interesting discussion for all of us, for my students also. Let me just tell you, Michael Sandel was an American, was an American philosopher who actually has written a very remarkable, very masterpiece work, Liberalism and Limits of Justice. In that theory, it was a reaction to the Rawls' theory of justice, where the Rawls actually, he has given more focus on individual and individual rights, inviolable rights of the individuals. But it was a strong reaction was given by Michael Sandel in his book Liberalism and Limits of Justice, that individual is not only individual should also consider that he is attached to a community, and he should work for the common good of the all, for the common good of the all, for the welfare of all, for the welfare of the community to which he is attached. So therefore, this is a very good idea, propagated and advocated by Michael Sandel in his book Liberalism and Limits of Justice, which was a great reaction to the Rawls' theory of justice of 1971. And it was also the communitarianism was also a great reaction to the liberalism principle, as well as libertarian principle. That means the classical liberalism, where the individual, where there has been a lot of discussion over that. These both philosophies, they actually discussed the liberalism, either liberalism or the libertarianism. They focus more on individual rights, and their main focus was on individual rights, and in that on the rugged individualism, or the individual is the central idea of the philosophy of liberalism or libertarianism. But communitarianism is totally different altogether. So Michael Sandel's book Liberalism and Limits of Justice was a remarkable work, and it was a masterpiece when it comes to the communitarian ideas. And then also you have number of you have a Charles Taylor, then you have Michael Walzer, you have Ferdinand Tönnies, who has written a very good book, Society and Community, who was a German scholar, Charles Taylor, Canadian scholar, and then you have Amitai Zioni and Dorothy Day, both were the American scholars, and they advocated the philosophy of communitarianism in a very comprehensive way, in a very detailed way in their works. And first, let us start why the communitarianism is so important. It is a so catchy idea because of the reason. Then Aristotle, let's say how he has looked at the philosophy of communitarianism. He says in a very remarkable words that man is a social animal, man is a social and political animal. Either angel, god, or beast, they don't need the society. Otherwise, all the human beings, they have to live in a society, they have to live within the society and within a community. Only within a society, once they are living within a society, they can only survive, they can be only secured, they can be only protected. So therefore man is a social animal because his needs are dependent on others. He cannot live his life alone. He cannot live in isolationism. Therefore, he has to live with others. He has to live within community. He has to live within society. It makes a sense that human beings cannot live alone. And he is the part and parcel of the community. He is the part and parcel of the kin and family and society and state. Therefore, these all institutions are very important for individual cannot alone survive is the very core idea of the philosophy of communitarianism. Therefore man is a social animal and social and political animal, which was advocated by the master scientist, political scientist Aristotle. Then we have to see the core ideas of the core ideas of the communitarianism. Communitarianism gives more stress. It focuses more upon the ideas of social life. It focuses upon the shared values. It focuses that we can resolve everything, even a complex situation, through the cooperation manner. So it believes in cooperation, it believes in common good, and it believes that individuals can only survive within a society. Individuals have no value. Individuals have no value outside the community. So therefore the importance of community, the significance of community is very much there when we talk about communitarian philosophy. Then also, the communitarian philosophy actually gives us a lot of understanding that individual should not think only about his personality, about his life, about his interest. Rather than he has to think about the common good of the society. He has to contribute for the development of the entire society, for the development of the community, of his own community. He has to think in a way that I am also part of that community. For example, we live in a Kashmiri society, we live in an Indian society. Therefore we are the part and parcel of the Kashmiri society or the Indian society at a larger at larger way. We can say that we are the part of Indian community also. Therefore we believe in those values, and therefore we cannot survive outside the community. And we believe in Kashmiri values. For example, we have a Kashmiri language, we have a Kashmiri culture, we have a Kashmiri cuisine. So the Kashmiri society or the Indian society, in larger sense, we can say we cannot come out from that orbit or from that domain. Therefore, we are also attached to one community. And for example, there is also the communitarianism has become a very strong voice or reaction against the extreme individualism, or you can say rugged individualism, in the language of Dorothy Day, and also the uncheckered laissez-faire economy. So it was a strong reaction to the uncheckered laissez-faire economy, as well as it was a strong reaction to the extreme individualism. So let me just also tell you that Tony Blair, he advocated stakeholder society. He had a stakeholder society, and where he tried to play a very important role. And he said that business should be responsive to the needs of their workers. So he was interested that business should also work for, for the, for the needs of their workers who are actually serving, the businessmen. And then also Obama has made a very great sense when he contested the election 2008. He said that we have to be responsible. It is the age of responsibility, and therefore he said that to ground our politics in on the notion of common good. So he made a sense that in America, in United States of America, we have to develop a politics on the ground of common good. So the common good is very important, and he said that today's age is the age of responsibility. We cannot walk away from the age of responsibility. We cannot become the selfish, you know we have to be responsible. And also the George W. Bush, he said that the conservative policy is to keep improving general welfare of American society. If you see all these examples, these are the very good examples of that, where the sense of the community has been focused. It has been made that the community is very important. Community development is very prerequisite, and for all individuals. And then also there is a Amitai Zioni, who tried to make a balance between individualism versus the community. And also he has given a very good idea. He has founded the responsive communitarianism. And also Dorotho Day, he has also, let me just explain to you that what she said. We are working for the communitarian revolution to oppose both the rugged individual of the capitalist era and collectivism of the communist revolution. And in other words, she says, neither human existence nor individual liberty can be sustained for long outside the interdependence and overlapping communities to which all of us we belong. So here also the sense was made that we are actually attached to one community. We individuals are attached to different communities or different society, and therefore we can only sustain once we are part and parcel of the community. Once we got this idea that our existence is only possible once because of the interdependence, and that is the idea we have to keep in mind. Then authoritarian communism, which we have seen in 1980s, was also a very this authoritarian communitarianism actually advocated for giving the need to benefit the common good of the community priority over the individual, over the need of the individual, to ensure the autonomy of the rights of the individual rights of the people. So therefore here also the authoritarian communitarianism advocated for giving the need to benefit the common good of the community priority over the need to ensure the autonomy of the individual rights of the people. Here also the sense was made that the individual, the community rights are more important, more overwhelming, more needed, and which comes prior to individual, because individual has no importance, no value outside the community, outside the society, outside the state. So it is the state which makes a sense of individualism, which protects the individual rights, which protects the all individuals, all of us, because therefore the communitarianism makes a great sense of common good, welfare of all, and also the development of all. And therefore in other words, we can say, in summation, I can say the communitarian idea, it actually came into existence as a reaction against the liberalism and individualism, rugged individualism, and unchecked laissez-faire. So therefore, let me just stop it here, and see you next time with with another lecture. Take care of yourself. Stay blessed.